Alright, we'll wait just a little bit longer. There's 6 of us here waiting for Belladonna and seeing if I can get word on 2 other people.
No twerking in church.
Hey, Nathan,
Yeah, what's up?
the lost clothing in the Discordia that you posted, like the very first set, is that shit still accurate in the clothing store?
Should be.
See, I was trying it, bro, and it was not like
It might be your eyes.
okay. So it's something I'll have to do a head pop course after this.
This man brought his own chair.
Why do we keep doing that?
I don't know. I was wondering that too. I was like, why does our characters have to? Yeah, it keeps like sliding my card or something.
Well, it's fucking quiet in here. Somebody say something.
We haven't officially started the meeting just yet.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. We can't like conversate.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay. So we don't have Joe, we don't have Bobby, and we don't have Ben.
I'm just leaning back in this chair. Is that Edward over there?
Alright, so we're not going to have a Ben, so he's catching a gang strike. Bobby's not here.
Hey, am I allowed to smoke a cigarette here, gang?
Go ahead.
Set MC is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you guys can ignore my a little bit of echoing for a little while. I'm just going to have it on this, just so I can get through this a little bit faster. I'm texting one more person, and then we can go ahead and start this meeting. Okay. So, first things first, with the whole deal with the CTK, it seemed like there was a lot of misunderstanding when that meeting came along, and I just wanted to bring forward just wanted to bring forward details about it that maybe you didn't know, and then maybe we can come to a little bit of an agreement. I'm gonna post this meeting later on Discord. After this, I am currently having live eyes so that I can get coverage of this since not everybody has really showed up. But we got 6 of us, so at least we have a couple heads to discuss things that are going on. So first thing, we know the location now, so we're going to go either to 10 or 15, depending on what people want to agree on. Also, something that might not have been clear. It's not just not being pressed at um, locations; it's everywhere. Confirmed by Kazu. He was talking to what the hell, Milky. So that confirms that part. So yeah, it will be everywhere. I also wanted to bring up another thing that a member brought up. If any of you gets pressed by CTK after we do this deal and sign this contract, um, that week they will not get paid as long as they agree to it when the contract comes to signing it. Um, so we'll just if they press you for any reason, try to cause a problem with you for any reason, they won't get paid that week. We will be paying out on Fridays. Either Colin or Milky will come and pick that up. But those are the details of the new deal, if it's going to be happening. If you guys agree on 10, I'll try for 10, but more than likely their number is going to be at 15. And then I was also made aware of another situation that they don't know it, and that, we could try to, I don't know, make a sort of deal against it that they would need us for it. But like I said, back in the meeting when you guys heard them speak, you heard them say that they have information everywhere to get stuff, so I don't know if you guys want to push that or what you want to do. But you guys can go ahead and talk your guys' opinions. We'll go around the table from right to left. So, Edward? Hello? Oh, wait, he's taking a dog out. I forgot. God damn it. We'll go left to right. So, Grim?
Alright, so I'm not opposed to the deal. I mean, sounds like y'all thought it out pretty well.
Okay.
I say aye for the deal.
Alright. Tony?
I definitely think it's a good deal. I mean, we're new.
I
Definitely get into protection.
Right.
I do have one thing to say that we need maybe not tell the prospects, like not the newer ones coming in where some of these locations are.
I haven't limited the Discordia yet. I was thinking about doing it, but for now I was gonna let it happen since we hadn't had any problems. But I definitely had coverage over it. Right now the prospects we have I trust. So until we get like some people in that I have somewhat of a skeptical opinion about, and not like people that say you guys have brought in. So yeah. For now, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah.
Try and recruit actual money.
Hold on. I'm going around the table. You can say all that at your turn. Tony, you can continue. I was just answering you.
No, like I was saying, we're definitely gonna need the protection. I feel like, I mean, the beginning I think was 20%, right, and then they went down to 15.
Yes.
They'll really take 10. So I
Yeah.
think the 15 is probably worse.
Yeah, that's I'm completely agreeant on that. All right. Tommy?
I mean, I'm for it. I'm not real familiar on what gangs or who, you know what I mean? Because every time I see them, I'm normally on the other end of the fucking shit stick. But I mean, it sounds like I'm for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't really have no questions or nothing like that.
Okay. Nate?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's all good.
Okay. Edward?
I'm okay with it under the aspect of 15
Okay.
at a maximum. I'd rather shoot for 10, like you said. But yeah, I understand where we gotta go for. I'd like to see, or I'd like to have you see if this protection, quote unquote, extends past the boundaries of hydro. Like if
Right.
we're in city, if we're in city, are we just gonna, pass each other peacefully, or are we gonna still run risk of outside of hydro having some sort of altercation? And that's what
Right.
I'm worried about most is, yeah, we're gonna get pressed at hydro, but they're gonna have two guys ready at the end of, quote unquote, the boundary, ready to shoot our tires out, and then rob us for all the hydro that we just got.
Right, right.
So I'd like to know a little bit more extent on the protection aspect, but once we have a solidified answer on that, I guess my vote is a yay.
Okay. On another topic, we seriously need to be better about communication when stuff is going on. Sometimes I'll just see people pop off radio, no explanation as to what happened or what's going on. I know it's only the first week, and I don't know how things are going or how you guys personally feel about the gang, but I need to know I need to be aware of what's going on if something's going wrong. So, not that you guys are doing a bad job, but there has been a few instances where someone's popped off radio or someone pops back on radio saying something happened and I didn't even know. So I didn't have a chance to really know what's going on or be able to come up or something like that. So I'll go around the table again and see how everybody feels about that. And I'll do this for each topic. I have a few topics.
Okay, on that aspect, you gotta remember one thing: we all like dice. So
Right, I get it.
a lot, and that's why we drop out of radio. Or when shit goes down, I try to communicate the best I can. And on that topic, we have an issue with Q Block STDs.
Right.
I
It's
don't know who they are. I can't. We've never been able to identify them in the last two scenes we have with it, but just want to put that on the radar.
okay. Instead of going all around the table, because actually that will take a while, I will just, if anyone has anything to say, you can go ahead and say it. And, if somebody speaks at the same time, figure out a way for one of you to speak first and one of you to speak next. So, after.
We can still go around the table, but just ask, do you agree or disagree? And if you disagree, you say why.
All right. Tommy, do you agree or disagree? I mean, Tony, my bad.
I agree.
Okay. Tommy?
I agree.
Nate?
Yeah, I agree.
Edward?
I agree, but with an addition.
Okay.
As far as the communication goes, there's no reason that we should have this much question when somebody goes off radio. If you're in the city and you're doing quote unquote gang shit, we need to be riding in pairs at a minimum.
Right.
Because if you're riding pairs, if me and Grim are riding down the interstate and I happen to hit a telephone pole, people or he can hop on the radio and go, hey, I just hit a telephone pole, he did. And that's
Right.
when we know where we're at and what we're doing. So if you come in the city, I'd like to see you immediately attempting to find a battle buddy.
Question, I know it's on my turn, I fucked up.
Okay, go ahead, Tommy.
Okay, so the whole communication thing, when we're all in a radio as a gang, bro, it's so difficult to focus on one person. I was thinking maybe like have a second radio to where like you need to talk to somebody, we're still in a gang radio, you know what I mean?
Right. Here lately, this first week, I haven't seen any specific examples of everybody talking at once. But I will say that I will bring it in private. Like I'm posting this meeting again, and anybody who wasn't here, I expect them to watch this. So, my thing is I would say on that aspect, if someone's trying to talk to somebody else, you say clear comms, and if they don't, then it becomes a bigger issue because you're trying to directly get to somebody else. I'm also okay. Yes. I'm also thinking about bringing in a new call sign system, not necessarily doing codes, but doing a call sign system to where prospects in all ranks have a certain call sign, and you can say your call sign to their call sign, and you know directly who's talking to who without having a mix up or not being able to understand something that's going on. So I'm going to think about how I'm going to implement that. I'm probably going to use like starting letters and numbers, sort of like PD does. And then one day you will be assigned a certain call sign, and then you are going to be required to use that call sign when you're talking to other people or, you know, anybody else, just to clear communication so that, like, you can't be, like, in a situation, I didn't know they were talking to me. They were saying your call sign. You can't have an excuse.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Get headphones, bro.
Yeah,
Like someone on Discord yet.
I know. That's another reason why this is being recorded.
Right. But that's all I had. I'm sorry I went out of turn.
No, you're good.
It was Nate's turn. Or Nate or Edward's.
It was Edward's turn. Did you have anything other to say, Edward?
Not on that topic now.
Okay. So, another topic of interest is earlier today, we pretty much already set the grounds for it, and it was pretty much already aware that we were doing it. But we have another, you know how we all have a meeting and trying to write an agreement with CTK? Well, we're already doing that without having to write a contract with GSF. Earlier today, Kevin, one of the leaders of GSF, asked me for the codeine location, and I gave it to him because the night of our first or second party, Caden, the founder, came over here and talked to me and everything. So, but basically built grounds for an alliance that's not an alliance. You know what I mean? And that sort of. So, we're under understanding that we're cool with them and everything. So, don't try to start problems with them or go out of your way to target them. And then I'll just go ahead and does anyone else have anything to say about that?
Nah, I don't.
Edward,
Yo.
do you have anything to say about that? Excuse me.
I don't really know Caden. I've heard some not great things about him. I've heard some great things about him. I don't care much for his gang aspect of how they roll scenes. But as far as them as a whole, I don't know much about them.
Okay.
My experience with them is purely based on my EMS time and continuously just going back to their block for the stupidest fucking shit.
Right.
It eventually got to the point that I just stopped answering those calls. If anybody in their gang popped up, I wouldn't answer.
Okay.
So I guess from that aspect, I basing it off EMS experience only. I don't care much for them, but on the gang side, I'm sure they could be beneficial as the fact that they've been around for a while.
Right. Okay. Alright, well, this is the last topic. As most of you are aware, we have made an enemy. 3 times now, our block has been sprayed up by Most Hated. They have made it absolutely clear that they want a problem with us by spraying up our block, stealing our bikes, killing our men, doing stuff like that, just to get under our skin or whatever. I arrived at the block this morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, and our block was sprayed up with red spray paint. I took it all down, and, There's now spray paint and spray remover inside the storage at all times for this reason. I'm not saying go out of your way to target them, but if they do something to you, or even try to press you for that matter, I'd say that aggression in this sort of way is approved, because they've obviously made it a constant reminder that they want to mess with our boys, steal our bikes and stuff. So
Nobody can touch my bike.
well,
Is that not what you said first?
I mean, do you want people to touch your butt?
How do I take my pants off?
Mm. Okay. But anyways.
Meeting is adjourned after that.
But
Get
anyway.
on this table and start shaking my ass right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyways. With that being said, if a situation comes down to it, you can call anybody. I would 100% approve violence against most hated in every situation. But I mean, if you can avoid it, go ahead. But if it's needed, I approve it. I will leave everybody who has a problem with them, or has even a little bit of a hint of violence or being pressed by them to do what they need to do. I will say, when you join the gang life, you are going to be introduced to getting robbed. So if you're out and about and you think something's not going to happen to you, something's going to happen to you. And so if you don't want something to get robbed off of you that you have on you, either put it in a slot or don't have it on you. Because if you get it robbed off of you, it's nobody else's fault but your own for having it on you. Does anybody have anything to say on this topic?
Nope, all good.
Nobody? Okay. With all of that being said, this is the end of this meeting. Going forward, I would like everybody to keep in mind what I have said today. And I will get moving forward. The one of one drug will be in soon. We're working on getting a garage and something else put in. We're gonna continue to do events as like I make money and stuff. So be aware of that. And then obviously, just keep doing good, and let's try to get all the stuff in the storage as high in amount as we can, and maybe focus a little bit more on metal detecting so we can make a little bit better guns, or I can make a little bit better guns for those who need it.
I need guns. That's why I went out that much. I need guns. That's why I went out all that material.
Okay.
I mean, part of it. I mean, a majority of that was for the gang, but the other part of that was for myself, so that I could get stock, because I don't have any.
I will make a gun request or a request channel in the Discordia for anybody who needs a specific item or something.
I'm
And
looking for my next slot.
okay. So that'll be aware. On any topic that I have covered in this meeting, does anybody have any questions?
Do you suck dick?
No.
Whoa, what the fuck?
That's wild.
That was bold.
I mean, he said any questions. Did he not?
I did, but that was not the point.
Steve is deadly with them goddamn things. You better get the fuck out of here.
You stuck it in here, boy.
No.
Alright. This meeting is adjourned. You all are free to do whatever you want.
No, hold on.
What?
We're not. I have one more thing I want to bring up.
Okay. You're the one who turned this into a joke.
No, we need to talk about this thing with SOS, because I'm tired of Alan jumping in my DMs asking what we're doing to him. But on the other note, I don't think he realizes that SOS started this shit retaliation to us first.
Mm-hmm. Get back in here.
We need to not take our personal vendettas against the other gangs and make them our vendettas. What happened in the past happened in the past. We don't need to drag that shit into this. In doing so, it's just going to cause problems for the members that have nothing to do with what the old SOS members went through with Alan. I've had him come down my DMs twice now.
Mm.
Now, I did ask him if he's aware in the first place that SOS tagged us first, and he completely dodged the question. So I think he jumped down my throat preemptively.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But now that both parties are aware, I think we need to leave SOS alone.
Okay. Stop punching. Get back in your seats. Let's finish this meeting out. So I will say my opinion on it. After he tagged us up, I went with Kazu and I tagged up the place. I made the decision to go and do it because they had already messed with us. I went with the the choice that because what Amelia said the other day had rung in my mind after they tagged us and they messed with us. We messed back. I was doing it to get even because they had done it to us first. But yeah, I went with Kazu and a couple other people to go tag up their block. And I will say I do agree with not going again on top of what we've already done. So I will say that right now they are not an enemy. I don't necessarily agree with the whole personal vendettas thing because at this point it's become more than just a personal vendetta. Because after the other SOS people left, he decided to do a lot more afterwards, so it didn't become in the past. But that's not the point. I agree with not going after them again, but if they do continue to poke the bear and to poke us, they will become an enemy because I'm not going to sit there and allow them to tag our block, and act in a negative way towards us, and us not do anything about it. So, but that's all I have to say on that. Does anyone else have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything else that needs to be brought up? Okay. On your thing about Axel, Edward, I have to wait until gang traffic is up because now my roster is actually official.
What's gang traffic?
That's what So when I first start the gang, I'm allowed to push people through the roster whenever I like. Gang traffic is where I have to add people's names and the position that they get. It's like regular traffic, basically, where you're putting messages in and then Gov adds it. So I have to now wait until somebody gets added to gang traffic after I put a message. So it may take longer for somebody to get added. It may take less time. But now that I have to do that because Mama said post in Gangs of Elite. And if you haven't already, join Gangs of Elite because I need everybody in there who wants to continue to be a part of the gang. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in there too.
If nobody has anything else, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for everybody who was able to show up. And thank you for everybody for your guys' opinions.
So, okay, now totally off topic. If I go fly out and fly back in, you think that'll fix my fucking problem with my arm?
Maybe.
So, it's only with that outfit, bro. The one with the opening in the front, like the jacket's not buttoned up.
The shirt's $15 to have a bear shirt, and then the jackets